Kamusta ulit mga kaibigan, it's your boy Gifty here, back at it again with another video. And as collectors, we enjoy collecting our cars. But at the same time, I think it's kinda cool when the value of our cars increase in price, don't they? Well, today I'll be sharing with you guys some of my cars that increased in value over the years. Cars which I've bought before the, what I would like to call the Hot Wheels baby boom, which happened in the late 2010s, where there was a sudden influx of Hot Wheels collectors and the reselling game started to take off. Because of this, there were more collectors out there, and due to the high demand, a lot of cars spiked up in price. Let me share with you some of these cars of mine. Firstly, it's the Murcielago SV Speed Machines car. It's a pretty sweet piece, especially in the iconic Lamborghini yellow color. I got it years back when I was still in Polytechnic, working my way up to be a mechanical engineer. I got it from a friend who I collected Hot Wheels, and he sold it to me for $10 loose. It's now worth bruh. I mean, okay, that's the prices right now, but a few years back it was slightly lower. For me personally, I sold it for around 100 Singapore dollars loose, which is around 70 US dollars. It's a nice piece, but that amount of money back then could feed me for like 2 or 3 weeks. So it was a no-brainer for me to sell it. Like, hey yo, man's gotta eat fam, you know? I need money to eat fam. Next on the list is the Kool Combi Super Treasure Hunt. For this one, I got it at $18 loose from quite a while back, and I cherished it over the years. I even brought it to high school last time, which I got poked fun for off. Lol. Lamau. Funny how things can change. Yeah, suck on that, haters. Anyways, years later, I came to learn that the Kool Combi Super was worth a lot of money. And likewise for the Murcielago SV, I sold the Kool Combi for around 110 Singapore dollars. Now that's a lot of money for a tiny little car. Though, fun fact, I actually bought it again, not the same car but from another seller. I bought it again in the future and resold it again when the price increased again, because right now that thing is going for 250 Singapore dollars carded. Yo, crazy times we live in. It's a cool piece, and I hope that one day I can get it again at a cheap price. Up next is not exactly a car but a set. My longtime viewers would probably know this, but back then I was fortunate enough to find the Japan historic set in the wild, more specifically at Isitan, located at Jurong East. Hey yo, where my Singaporean Westsiders at Whoop whoop! At that point of time, it was $10 per car, so it means 50 Singapore dollars for a full Japan historic set. And here we are in 2022, where the price of just one of the cars go for bruh. I'm personally not a JDM collector. I collect the cars I like usually. So when I found out that the set was worth a lot of money, I decided to sell the cars from the set. The holy grail was the Datsun 510 wagon, and I think that one alone sold for like $50 or $60 loose. The same goes for the purple RX3 and the Nissan Skyline, which I think I sold for around $30 or $40 loose. Hey, paisi, I cannot remember exactly, okay? This was years ago, so I'm giving you all a price range. Now, this next one, I think some of you guys are gonna be shocked, but the next one is low reveal. Ta-da! Yes, the golden Enzo Ferrari racer. Yeah, OG Hot Wheels collector will know how much of a big deal this is. But okay lah, actually the one I owned was a bit roughed up. Actually not a bit, it was more like a 6 out of 10 condition. The wheel chrome was gone and the car painted, the car chips, paint, whatever. But you know, in this case, for this one, I didn't actually sell it, but I traded for it. I traded 3 loose Sesto Elemento Super Treasure Hunts for it, and considering how much those bad boys are going for, that's why I accepted the trade, and we are both happy collectors at the end of the transaction. Yeah, see guys, the reselling game right now is so strong that people forget that Hot Wheels are meant to be traded in the first place as toys. So something to keep in mind, trading with a collector can be good for both you and the other collector. This way, neither one of you has to pay the other money. Fun fact. Do any of you guys like candies? I do, which is why I guess I'm not in the best shape right now, Lamau. But yes, candies. The Candy Striper Drag Bus 2021 RLC. It was actually my first year being a Red Line Club member, or RLC member for short, and I still remember when the news dropped it was coming out. People went crazy loco, you know. I was still in the army when this car or bus dropped. Like, no, really, I was still inside the army camp the very night the drag bus was supposed to drop. And to make matters worse, because of the time zone difference in the USA and Singapore, the RLC drop happened at midnight. So I actually had to stay up the whole night to be able to cop the Candy Striper drag bus, together with my friend. Yes, in the same bunk, I had a friend who also had an RLC member account, and he didn't mind helping me cop the drag bus because he wasn't really into drag buses. He's more of a Lamborghini collector, and whoo-wee! Lucky to say that at that night, we stayed up for a very good reason because we were both lucky to get a drag bus. So obviously my friend gave me his one and I had 2 of them. Not many people know this, but I'm a rookie drag bus collector and have a couple of them in my collection. And in the Candy Striper variant, oh boy, I fell in love. Shh, don't tell my girlfriend about it, yo. But yo, bruh, man, yeah. That bus, as much as I love it, I found out that on eBay it was going for $200 at one point of time. And I had 2 of them. Yeah, you guys already see where this was coming. So I was offered 190 Singapore dollars a piece for the drag bus. It was hard for me to decide whether I should sell it off, but eventually I did sell it to the collector, and for a total of 380 Singapore dollars. Not gonna lie, it was a bit lonely not having a drag bus in my collection after I sold it off. Yo, it dropped to $90 per drag bus. I think this is because most collectors started receiving their drag buses from Hot Wheels at that point of time. So there was a sudden influx of these drag buses being put up for sale on eBay, and thus the price dropped. So yes, this one had a happy ending. Wait, yo, no, not that happy ending, you sick bastard. Not only did I manage to profit from the car, but I got it back as well, and here it is. I'm happy to have this in my display right now. I love my collection, I love my cars, but if one uses his brain wisely, if I could sell one of my small Hot Wheels cars for mad stacks, which could feed me for weeks, or maybe even buy more Hot Wheels cars, then screw it, I'm sell the car, bro. I can always get it in the future if I wanted to. Not all cars increase in price. Like for example, the Candy Striper drag bus. See, I would say I made a wise move of selling it while it was still worth a lot of money, and got it back when it crashed in price. So how about you guys? Do any of you have any crazy car value stories that you can share of? Share with me in the comments below. Can you imagine, for those who started collecting Hot Wheels back in 1968 with the original Sweet 16s, yo, those things are fetching crazy prices right now. And can you imagine if they sold their collection? Bruh, they'll be filthy rich right now. Probably be swimming in a swimming pool filled with Bitcoin or something, I don't know. So there you have it guys for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.